So hi, my name is Ragib Siddiqui and I've been teaching mathematics for the HSC for the last decade or so. And more importantly, I'm a specialist in advanced extension 1, extension 2 mathematics. So I've taught students that got state ranks, I've taught students that got 99.95s, I've taught plenty of dozens actually of students that got a band 6 in extension 1 and extension 2, and plenty of students that got 99 ATARs. So I'd like to think that I know what I'm talking about, and you're going to be running a seminar for information on extension 2 mathematics. So the seminar I'm going to be presenting is going to be broken up into 3 sections. In the first section, I'm going to be talking about the ATAR. The second section, we're going to be talking about extension 2 mathematics more specifically. And in the third section, I'm going to present my strategy for whether you should do extension 2 or not. So talking a little bit more detail about each of these 3 sections. So in the first section, we really do a deep dive into how the HSC actually works. So how ATAR works. In this section, we're going to be talking about schools and whether you go to a private school or a selective school or a non-selective school, how that plays into it. We're going to be talking about how your ranks affect your ATAR. And obviously, we're going to be talking about how the ATAR is actually calculated from the subjects that you choose. In the second section of the seminar, I'm going to be talking about extension 2 more specifically. And we're going to be comparing it to extension 1 and advanced. Because usually if you're planning to do extension 2 mathematics or you're thinking about extension 2 mathematics, you're usually considering between these 3 options: advanced and extension 1, or extension 1, extension 2. Most people are choosing between these 3 options. So I'm going to be comparing each of these, and we're going to talk about this not just from a perspective of what's in the course themselves, but also their respective scalings, how their raw marks translate to HSC marks, and how those HSC marks translate to, I guess, what's important for most of you guys, which is your final ATARs. And yeah, we're going to be going through how much harder really is extension 2 mathematics, and is it a subject that's going to chew away from all the time that your other subjects have? And depending on time, we might actually even do some extension 2 questions together. And finally, in the last section of my presentation, I'm going to present to you my patent pending strategy for whether you should do extension 1, extension 2, or advanced. So anyone who comes to the seminar, you can kind of input your details. So your marks, your ranks, the school you go to, and based on your current trajectory and your school's historical trajectory, we can actually reverse engineer what kind of ATAR you'll get for each of the subjects that you would likely do. So, and that would pretty much give you a definitive answer about whether you should be doing extension 1 or extension 2 mathematics. And obviously we'll wrap up the information night with a Q&A, so you can ask me any questions you like about the course, about any specific details. Personally, I'm actually super excited about this because I love the extension 2 mathematics course. It is a beautiful course, and I've been teaching this for a long time, and I have a lot of information about what the various levels are. And I love talking about the HSC, I love talking about scaling, about how it all works. And I'm super excited to see you, your family, your friends, whoever wants to come along for this information seminar about extension 2 mathematics. So I'll see you then.